In this session, we'll see about the few more programming examples related to the JavaScript. So let's say JavaScript program to generate the Fibonacci series up to n terms. N can be any number. So the initial value for the Fibonacci values is 0 and 1. The third value can be generated using addition of the previous two numbers. So here we have taken 0 and 1. Then the continuation numbers we need to generate. Then we need to exchange the A and B values further. So the logic of the code can be written using the function which is written using the script. The script can be embedded within the HTML either in the head part of the section or in the body part of the section. So the finally output looks like the Fibonacci series. Enter the number of terms 7. Then when you click on the button called generate, then up to 7 numbers it will generate. 0 and 1 are the initial. Then addition of these two values 1. Then 1 plus 2 is a 3. Then 2 plus 3 is a 5. And finally it is 8. The next program is to count the number of vowels in a given string. So if you enter any of the string, so how many vowels are appeared, the count we need to take it. So the logic of the code, again, it is written okay in the script. The name of the function is here count vowel. So whatever the value we are entering in the input field, that is converted as a text and assigned as string. So let and where we will be using in order to declare any variables. So here the for loop function is used and A, E, I, O, U. If any of these found in the given string, that can be taken it as a count. Then finally the script function can be added either in the HTML part of the section, either in the head section or in the body section. The output looks like the count vowel in a string. So enter the string, hi Gita. So if you click on the count, so how many vowels are appear here. The next program is to find the smallest number among three given numbers using the conditional statement. So we need to enter any three values and which is the smallest in that. So let's say the script three numbers currently ready three numbers because in this question it is mentioned among three given numbers. So let's consider as A and B, C. Then the comparison. Finally we must display the smallest value. So the script can be either again written in the head part or in the HTML. So enter the field. One value will be entering into the input and second number in the input field, third number in the input field. Once you click on this button, then it must show which is the smallest among these three. This is the output of this program. The next program is JavaScript program to check whether the given year is leap year or not. So here three conditions will take. The user entered year is, if you get the 0 divided by 400, the remainder is 0. Then year mod 4, 0. Year mod 100, it is not is equal to 0. So in these conditions, either of these things will be 0 and the 100 should not be 0. So whatever the result we get, we must store it in the result field of this. Else it is not a leap year. So again, the script function can be placed either in the head section or in the body section. Check here the leap year. So any value we can enter. So it must follow this particular condition. So can be any number we can enter. The next program is JavaScript program to calculate the power of a given number. So the power of a given number is here. We have to use the exponent. So 2 raised to power 3 or 3 raised to power 2. So we need to enter here the two different values. So what is the exponent value and what is the base we are going to take. So we cannot take that the power is always 2. The power can be anything and for any number that can be mentioned. So the finally which is written okay in the script. Then the script can be again added within the head section or in the body section. So calculate the power of a number, enter the base 7 and the exponent is 5. So 7 raised to 5. This is the output. The next is web page containing input field and a button. So it is clearly mentioned the input field and the button should be there. When we click on this button, it display the entered text in the paragraph. So let's see here, display the text. Whatever you are entering in the text field, it will be assigned here and display in the result section. So here display the entered text. Then input type can be any value we are entering. Once we display whatever value you are entering within the field, that will be displayed here. The next is web page with an input field and button to calculate the square of a given number. Here the square of the given number. So reading any value that can be assigned as a num and the square of the number is. So we need to enter the number and what is the square of that. Once we click on this button, it must display those values. So enter a number 7. Once you click on this, 7 is to, okay, 2 times of that 7. 7 into 7. Then the web page with the 2 input fields and a button, when clicked, JavaScript should add the 2 numbers and display the result. It is like the addition of 2 numbers. So reading the 2 values and then perform the sum of a plus b, then display the value is sum. So again, that is the script where we can add within this HTML or in the header part of the section. So here first number and the second number, add 12. Next, we need to create the interactive web page with a button that hide and show the paragraph when it is clicked. Once you click on this button, that should hide and that also should show that paragraph. So let's see here. Let's whatever message we are entering in the field will be assigned as a paragraph. Then if nothing is there, then it should display null. Otherwise, any paragraph wanted to display, we need to block it. So what kind of output we are displaying here. So welcome to Githam School of CSSC. So once we click on this hide or show, then it will disappear. Now it is like a show. The message is displaying. Once we click on this button again, it will be disappear. So next is create the web page containing input field and a button. When the button is clicked, display the length of the entered text dynamically. So here in the script, what we are writing, enter any value that is taken as a text and text.length. How many characters are there in the given string, that will be assigned as length. Finally, display the result. So enter a string, any value. So either it can be a number or it can be a text, anything. Then what is the, how many characters are there, that will be counted and displayed here. The web page with a button that changes the text color and the background color of the paragraph whenever it is clicked. So in the scripting function, what we do, write any message. Whenever you click on the message in a particular paragraph, it should turn to white color, the text color, and the background color should be a blue. So the script can be added, okay, either within the head section or in the body part of the section. So white color is a text and background color is blue. Once we click on this change color. Simple web page containing the text box and a button. When the user enters a number, display whether it is a negative, positive or a 0. So any number, read any one number. So whether it is greater than 0, positive, less than 0, negative. Otherwise, it is considered as 0. This is the logic of this function. It is written using one of the function and within the script tag, and that can be added wherever we want in the either part of the HTML. Then finally the output is this. So simple calculator web page with 2 input field and buttons for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So here the easiest method is creating the function. This is how we want. The same values can be used for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So look at here, there are 3 different buttons are clicked, but the values are common. So how can we do this? So here the script is written here for every getting the number, 2 numbers A and B. Then add the number A plus B, subtract the number A minus B. So in this way, separate function is written for all the different operations of the arithmetic. So multiply and divide. So web page containing a password input and button. Whenever it is clicked, it should show whether the password contains at least characters. It is not that equal to 6 characters, at least 6. 6 or more than 6. So the scripting function is let read any value, take it as a password and check that length is greater than or is equal to 6. Then it displays at least 6, otherwise no. So this is the logic of the script function that can be added within the head section of the HTML or in the body section of the HTML. So this is how the output looks like. Then a web page. Create a web page with an input field and the button to convert a temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit and display the dynamically result. Convert temperature is the name of the function. Read the Celsius and Fahrenheit is equal to Celsius into 9 by 5 plus 32. If it is in a vice versa, if we want to calculate Fahrenheit to Celsius, then it should be a 5 by 9 and 32. So this can be added in the script part of the section. Then that can be added in the head or body section of the HTML. So this is about the few